All right, let's get into one of the greatest stories of all time, Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. I mean, this tale has it all: a secret cave overflowing with treasure, life or death situations. It's really a wild ride through pure luck, some seriously deadly greed, and heroism from a place you'd least expect. And it all starts right here. Just try to picture it. Tucked away where no one can find it is a secret hideout. But this isn't just any old cave. No, this is basically the Fort Knox for a brutal gang of thieves, holding generations of stolen loot. And it's all protected by a very, very specific secret. So this is where the fuse is really lit. And the story doesn't kick off with some powerful king or a famous warrior. Nope. It starts with a totally normal guy who just happens to stumble into something, well, extraordinary. Now, at the center of all this, you've got two brothers, and they are polar opposites. First, there's Ali Baba. He's a humble woodcutter, just trying to make ends meet. Then you have his brother, Kasim. He's already rich, but he's the kind of guy who never has enough. He's totally consumed by greed. And trust me, that difference between them, it's about to change everything. So one day, Ali Baba's out in the woods, and he has to hide from this gang of thieves. And that's when he hears it. Their leader shouts these two little words, "Open sesame," and a huge wall of solid rock just grinds open. After they leave, his heart is pounding, but he gives it a shot himself. And you know what? It works. Inside, it's just unbelievable. We're talking mountains of gold, jewels, everything you can imagine. But Ali Baba, he's a good guy. He's not greedy. He just takes a small bag of gold coins, just enough to get his family out of poverty, with some left over to help his neighbors. For him, it's a blessing, not a lottery win. But you know how it is. A secret this big is almost impossible to keep, especially when you've got a super greedy brother living right next door. And this is the exact moment a lucky break turns into a really, really deadly problem. So how does a secret like this even get out? Well, it's actually kind of brilliant. Ali Baba's wife needs to weigh the new gold, so she borrows a measuring pot from her sister-in-law. But Kasim's wife is super suspicious, so she puts a little bit of sticky stuff in the bottom of the pot. And when she gets it back, yep, one shiny gold coin stuck right to the bottom. The secret is out. Kasim forces the secret out of Ali Baba, and his greed just goes into hyperdrive. I mean, he doesn't just take one donkey for a few bags of gold. Oh no, the man takes 20 donkeys. That tells you everything, right? He wasn't there to get a piece of the pie, he wanted to take the entire bakery. He gets into the cave, no problem, but once he's inside, surrounded by all that treasure, his mind just short-circuits. He's so dizzy with greed, he completely forgets the simple phrase, "Open sesame." He's trapped. And when the 40 thieves get back and find him there, well, let's just say they don't ask questions. So, from the thieves' point of view, they've got a major problem on their hands. Somebody else knows their secret, and they are absolutely furious. When the thieves get back to the cave later, they realize Kasim's body is gone. Ali Baba had come to get him, and that confirms their biggest fear. There's a second person who knows the magic words, and they will hunt that person down no matter what it takes. And this is where we meet the true hero of this entire story, Morgiana. She's a servant in Ali Baba's house, and she is incredibly smart and observant. One of the thieves finally tracks down Ali Baba's house and secretly marks the door with chalk so the whole gang can come back that night. But he made one huge mistake. He didn't account for Morgiana. Her plan is so simple, it's genius. She sees the chalk mark and knows exactly what it means. But does she wipe it off? Nope. She goes out and puts the exact same mark on every single door on the street. So when the thieves show up in the middle of the night, they're totally confused. They have no idea which house is the right one. And the whole plan is a bust. Now, the captain of the thieves is enraged. He's like, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. So he comes up with a new plan, one that is much smarter and way more dangerous. 38 jars.
Seems harmless enough, right?
What could possibly be so threatening about 38 jars? The captain himself shows up at Ali Baba's house, disguised as an oil merchant, with a caravan of mules. Each mule is carrying 2 huge oil jars. And the kind-hearted, unsuspecting Ali Baba invites the merchant to stay for the night. He's literally just welcomed the entire threat right into his home. And this is where it gets absolutely terrifying. Later that night, Morgiana realizes she needs some more oil for the lamps. She decides to borrow a little from one of the merchant's jars. And what she finds is horrifying. Out of all 38 jars, only one actually has oil in it. The other 37, each one is hiding an armed thief waiting for the signal to attack. Now, does Morgiana panic? No way, she is ice cold. She takes that one jar of oil, heats it up until it's boiling hot, and then she goes to every single one of the other 37 jars and pours the scalding oil inside, silently taking out the entire ambush. Just wow.
But wait, it's not over yet. The captain is still alive. He discovers his whole gang has been wiped out and he escapes. But he is not giving up. It all comes down to one last epic showdown.
The captain plays the long game this time. He builds a new identity, befriends Ali Baba's son, and eventually gets himself invited over for dinner. He's got a dagger hidden under his robes, and he plans to finally kill Ali Baba himself.
But of course, he completely underestimates Morgiana. Again. Her sharp eyes recognize him instantly as the fake oil merchant. So what does she do? She announces that she's going to perform a special dance for their guest of honor. A dance that just happens to involve a dagger.
Can you feel the tension? She's dancing, whirling around the room, getting closer and closer to the captain. Ali Baba is just sitting there, smiling, with no clue he's about to be killed. Is this just a dance, or is this an execution in disguise?
And then, in one stunning, fluid motion, right in the middle of her dance, she plunges that dagger straight into the captain's heart. He's dead before he hits the floor. Her vigilance, her courage, it saved everyone, once again.
So in the end, Ali Baba gets to keep the treasure all to himself and lives a long, happy, and very rich life. But it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Ali Baba stumbled upon the treasure by complete luck. But it was Morgiana's intelligence, her bravery, and her quick thinking that saved his life over and over again. So who do you think really earned that happily ever after?